Today's topic is about an experience of a couple that got visa refused because of a very big mistake that they made. And the mistake was on relying on agency that was preparing them, kind of preparer, people who prepare those who have won the who have been selected throughout a fiscal year, people who gave them some instructions so that they can know what to do. You don't need to rely on agency when it comes to process of your visa. Those people, they don't work at the embassy or at the consular. They don't work there. They are just like you. Yes, it's true. They might have some informations, but please, you don't need to rely completely on them. Why am I saying that? Well, let me give you or share with you an experience about what happened to a couple that led them to be denied visa just because of relying on agency. All right. So this lady got selected. It's a lady. She's a lady who got selected first, and then she got selected for the DV program 2022. So that lady got selected. She applied for the DV program as single. So the result became available in May, and from the time she played, or from the time she have applied for the DV lottery until she became selected, she got aware that she was selected, she was still single. She now waited for the interview to be scheduled. And unfortunately, because she was relying on agency, the guy who was supposed to help her, those people who help people to get visa, so that guy unfortunately misled that woman. This is what he told her, that you know what, because you happen to be selected and I see you are single, do you know that I can pay you with a guy, looking for a partner, someone who can give you some money, so you can, in your DS260 form, when you are filling your DS260 form, you can fill it as if someone who is already having a fiancé, and now you're going to add this guy in your DS260 form, and you can get married. You're going to be considered as married, and you'll be given visa as married, the two of you, so you can go to the United States of America. She was aware that she was selected in May 2021. She waited. She also filled DS260 form already. Now she was waiting for the interview to be scheduled. And when we reached November of 2021, that lady got married to a guy. Why? Because that guy gave her money, because she was advised to do so by the agency guy. The guy of agency advised her to aid that guy so that they can become like couple. This is what has been done. The lady got money because she was proposed to get money for that, and now they had to wait. Now they became like couple, like married. I don't know if they did the wedding. Actually, I don't have any explanations about them if they did the wedding as it works. I do not know, because I was not taught about that. But they have adjusted DS260 form. Now they were couple. They waited until February of 2022, when a letter of interview has been now scheduled, has been sent to the girl who got selected, that she was scheduled for the interview. And guess what? The interview place was Johannesburg, and this lady with the guy she was supposed to go do the interview with her husband, they live in Cape Town. Johannesburg, Cape Town are very far away, although they are in the same country, but these are two different provinces. You gotta take an airplane to go there, to leave Cape Town to go to Johannesburg. If you decide to take a bus, it's gonna take you almost 2 days driving for you to reach Johannesburg. But anyway, on the interview date, they came to the embassy to do the interview because that was scheduled for them. That's how I got to know them. And then They were in front of us having interview. They did an interview. After the interview, they were given 221G form, which stands for administrative processing. So when they were doing an interview, the consular officer was trying to match up the fact that this lady got selected in May. She was single. She failed DS260. Now she had to unlock DS260 to aid that guy, like her husband. So we could hear from far the questions that this consular officer was asking this girl, this lady. You guys, you got married. Can you please tell me when did you get married? And the lady was like, this is the interview. Okay, you tell me, I can see here you are a couple. Can you please tell me when did you do your marriage? The girl said, okay, we got married in December 2021. And then the consular officer asked her, okay, you got married in December 2021. When did you get selected? She was like, I got selected in May this year. Okay? No, it's fine. Now they ask the husband, can you tell me more about your traveling history? So when the guy was giving explanations about the traveling history, because the guy used to travel, used to go to Dubai, used to go to China, sometimes used to go to Angola whilst he was living in South Africa. So he used to travel a lot. And unfortunately, as they were making that story, it happened that the day of that marriage, the day that they got married, it was the date where the lady was in South Africa, according to the traveling history, and the guy was in Angola. Because when you get visa, you travel to a country, that country will put a stamp on your passport to say that you have entered their country. So the stamp on the passport of the guy, of the man, of the husband, stated that the man in that day was in Angola. And it happened that on the marriage date, they put that day as if they got married the same day. So the guy was in Angola in that day, and the wife was still in South Africa. Now, the consular officer was confused. And then she asked the husband, can you please try to explain to me how come on the day of your wedding, your wife was in South Africa, and you, according to your traveling history, because here your passport, there's a stamp on your passport, shows that you have entered, you left South Africa, you traveled to Angola. Can you please try to tell me how is that possible on the day of your marriage? You have to go to Angola, and you got married in South Africa. Your wife was in South Africa, but you were in Angola. Can you try to explain to me what is happening here? I tell you what, the guy was not able to give clear informations. And because it was kind of taking a lot of time, so the consular officer was like, okay, it's fine. I'm going to give you this 221G form. I'm going to put you in administrative processing because we need further informations so we can get some clarifications regarding your case. So the interview was done, and then it was our turn to go do our interview. We did our interview. Unfortunately, me and them, we were put on AP, but as for me, it works after 4 months because I got my visa after 4 months. Then I traveled here in the United States of America. So we were all put on administrative processing. Then I came here. I arrived in America in 7th of September. Now I was waiting until before 30th of September. That is the end of fiscal year for a DV lottery for a given year for the previous year. I was waiting whether that couple got visa. I kept in touch with them, and guess what? Unfortunately, until 25th of September, they did not get any visa. So when I get in touch with the guy, asking him about the status of their case, you know what? he told me that, my brother, I'm sorry. I don't know how can I explain you this. We just received an email from the embassy asking us to prove the history of our relationship. They are asking photos of me with my wife for 3 years back. If we got married, if really we got married, we have to show pictures 3 years back of us being together. And if you don't have that picture, for the fact that we just recently get married, we have to show the proof of pictures of us maybe being in someone's wedding or in someone's anniversary, things like that, that really shows that we are a real couple. And these guys also are asking us to show proof of text messages or chat through Facebook or WhatsApp, any type of social media ways that you guys have been using to communicate with one another. Please get us pictures of those proof and send to us so that we can determine if you guys are really a couple. And you know what? The wife and her husband, none of them was able to provide those pictures because the marriage or the wedding was not a genuine one. It was a fake. And that letter has been sent to them on the 25th of September. Keep in mind that a fiscal year ends on 30th of September. So that was 5 days before the fiscal year finished. And when they checked the status of their case, it was saying visa denied. So the guy denied their visa. So why am I saying, I'm telling you this? Well, all explanations about this, it's about the agency. If the lady who had applied decided to process single, because she was single when she has applied, maybe she was going to be given visa. But because of relying on agency, and that guy gave her a bad advice, he put money in front of her, forgetting all the sacrifice that it takes for someone to apply for DV lottery, to be selected, leaving Cape Town where they were living, going to traveling to Johannesburg, and in Johannesburg they were not having a family. They have to book hotel to stay there for 3 days, waiting for their interview. After the interview, they did not travel back straight to Cape Town. They had to leave. They had to stay in Johannesburg for 2 more days, waiting to travel back to Cape Town. So there was a lot of money that has been involved in that process. But unfortunately, the thing that made them to spend that money, they ended up not getting it just because someone was in between them, giving them very bad advice to add a husband who was not supposed to be added into the process. And that screwed down that lady to the point of being denied visa. So what is the takeaway, or what is the conclusion of this? Well, the conclusion is this. Please, guys, if you have applied as single and you know that you are really single, you don't have a fiancé, someone to get married to, you are not married, please stick to that situation. If there's something that the consular officer don't lack, is to detect lies in your story. These guys, they are paid a lot of money for refusing people. In fact, they are very happy with their manager when they refuse visa than when they give so many visa. So refusing a visa, it's something that is going to promote her for doing that. So they are ready to refuse visa, then they are ready to give visa. And the only thing they need you is to tell them the truth. Once they detect a little lie in your story, they are easily going to deny you this visa. So it's something that you need to keep in mind. If you've applied as a single and you know that you are not married, please don't follow everyone. Don't follow anyone who can tell you, add this one like your wife or like your husband, and then you're going to get money. That's a very big mistake that we should avoid when we are planning to come to the United States of America. Because these consular officers are people who went through a lot. They've done a lot of training. They can easily detect when someone is lying, and they can easily detect when someone is telling the truth. Please tell the truth on your day of your interview. It's much easier for someone to tell the truth and then to get visa. It is difficult for someone to lie because a lie has to be kept. And a lie takes a lot of effort from someone to keep it as it is. And unfortunately, all the efforts that is going to take you to lie, it will be very easy for you to get denied visa. Please tell the truth. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel. See you in the next video. Bye.